Hello and welcome to PlayStation Racer. My name is Mitchell Morgan and today we're going to be heading over to Fiji for the Japanese Clubman Cup 550 race. Before we do that, I'm just going to dive into the options to check that we are on the hard race difficulty, which we are, so we are all set for this race. I'm just going to come out of here, head back over to Fuji International Speedway. And then we can see we've actually already done this race already, and we've got second place. I think I did that with the one of the menu books. We're going to be running with the Subaru BRZ STI Sport. You can see that I've got the output adjustment as 100, the ballast as 0, and the power restrictor set to 70, just to bring the performance points down a little bit. I'm on racing for the intake exhaust, brakes are carbon, I've got my weight reduction on there. So we're a little bit over on the performance points, but not too much. So let's get into the race. This is the Japanese Clubman Cup 550, the Fuji International Speedway. 3 laps to go from last to first. Now, the first thing to note is that we don't need to worry about fuel or tyres. This is a straightforward sprint. There's not going to be any pit stops, although the weather does look a little bit grey as we head down into the first corner. Braking between the 50 and the 100 metre board just to get it slowed down, and looking at the weather radar, you can already see that there is a fair amount of rain that is coming in from the northeast. It looks like it's coming in from that direction anyway for the moment, rather than going away. So we are probably going to need to be a little bit minded of the weather. So I'm just going to push through these cars as quickly as we can right now. Just got into the back of the R32 a little bit there under braking, and gone down the inside. So up into 9th at the moment. And then see if we can get these 2 cars as we go through this really quick downhill section. So in 9th at the moment, just picked up 8th. The Supra went through on the inside as well and got a better speed down the hill. We're going to dive down the inside of the Supra under braking, pick up loads of the curb on the way in, loads of the curb on the way out. And then as I come across this one, I'm actually looking at the bollards for most of these curbs. You see that little orange bollard that is sticking up? If you aim for that, then that will put your wheels nicely up onto the Astro part of the curb and give you a really nice turn in this particular car. And you've got the bollards and Astro on most of these corners. So as we enter the long start finish straight, you can see that we are up into 5th place, 7 seconds away from the leaders. So still quite some way to go as we finish lap number 1 and we start our 2nd lap. We really need to try and reduce that gap to the leader quite significantly. We've got a bit of fresh air at the moment, so if we come up to the braking point, I'm going to brake between the 100 and the 50 metre board, sort of around about the 70, just pick up that apex. Could have picked that up better, made that a little bit tighter. As we run down underneath the Audi Sport logo, we're going to move over to the right hand side, and I'm going to be looking for around about the 50 metre board, just a little bit of brake to balance the car, pick up the apex using that AstroTurf as I have mentioned. And then we're just going to go 5th gear and really run around this long corner, down into 4th, just as it started to go out a little bit wide, just to bring the nose back in. Down into 2nd, loads of curb for this one. You can see just how much curb you can take. I can probably be taking a little bit more curb on these corners actually, but I wanted to keep this car fairly settled. As we run down the hill towards the Dunlop sign, there's a little area where the tarmac just ever so slightly changes colour. That was my braking point for that particular corner. Down into 2nd through here again, using all of the curbs, up into 3rd, and then this curb we want to really ride, getting up onto the Astro again, 3rd gear, swing across just to pick up this apex very, very briefly before we let it run out, and then back to pick up that one again, using the bollard and the Astro. So you can see that that is the order of the day for most of these corners. Just looking for the green Astro on the inside of the corner. Gone a little bit wide on that one as we overtook the fair lady behind us. That car's going to come back at us as we have this run up the straight here. So I'm going to come in behind and pick up a slipstream up into 5th gear. Just got a bit of a slipstream on the way down here, so a bit of a tow, which is really useful. That gives us fastest lap of a 1:57.185, but we are still 3 seconds away from the leader, who is actually pulling out a little bit of a margin on us. So we need to be really late with our braking. We need to get past this fair lady. We need to get on the back of the first place car as quickly as we can. We're going to have to be very, very bold through this corner. This could be an overtaking opportunity up the inside. Oh, we got a slight nudge on the back of the Nissan. I judged that ever so slightly wrongly. Really ought to be giving that place back, but hey, it's just the AI. They do it to me often enough, and I want to get gold at this particular race. Can we get down the inside? No, we can't on this one. Just need to tuck in behind. Just choosing 2nd gear just to get the car balanced again. Up into 3rd, 4th. We'll get up into 5th as we're going down this hill. And again, as we go underneath the Dunlop sign, I'm going to be watching for where that tarmac just changes colour right there. Hit the brakes hard as we can, down into 2nd gear, take loads of curb on the way in, loads of curb on the way out, picking up the curb here as well. Can we get an overtake up the inside? This needs to be done through this little complex here. We just get on the inside, which means that the fair lady needs to go just a little bit wide. That's given us the opportunity to get up the inside. Now I just want to try and keep my foot in and keep it clean through here. I'm going to go off to the left, a little bit deep, getting it turned in 3rd gear, over that curb. Gone a little bit wide on the exit, but won't worry about that too much. No penalties. Foot flat to the floor now as we do a run to the line for a nice, easy, quick race and a win by, well, under a second, because that fair lady behind is coming back at us. So around about half a second. Really needed to continue to push to the very, very end. And we managed to do that with 0.329 of a second. So that tuning slightly over on the PP, but it did leave a pretty good race to be had, which was quite nice. 20,000 credits, not too many for that one, but that is another trophy done. And that is how I got gold for the Japanese Clubman Cup 550 at Fuji. Again, just watch the weather. I didn't need to go with the intermediate tyres or anything like that. Just keep your tyres nice and warm. The rain doesn't come down too heavily. If you've just got that teal colour, then you can pretty much run with the slicks so long as you are careful. And then for this particular race, it is all about the curbs. You can see the orange bollard sticking up. You can see the Astro on the inside of the curb. Use that, and if you are picking up those bits of Astro, then that does give you an opportunity to occasionally put it up the inside, as I did there, where the cars are staying the other side of the line. So that would be my recommendation for this one. I hope that you found this video useful and interesting. If you have, please hit the like button, because it really helps the channel. If you're new around here, please hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get my subscriber count up over the next few months, and it would be absolutely fabulous if you could do that for me. And if you are a current subscriber, back for more, thank you ever so much for continuing to support my channel. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. In the meantime, I will see you on another video coming very, very soon as we work through the rest of these World Circuit races. For now, take care. Bye-bye.